You are listening to AM 1370 Sports on KWRM, Corona, California.
Here's the pitch now to Carter, swinging a drive into right center. On with a dive is Sugden, and he makes the catch!
It's time for Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. Brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Galliano Winery, the City of Rancho Cucamonga Waste Management, Red Roof Inn, Charter Media, Chipotle, Farmer John's, Unilever Food Solutions, the X-Bucks, Yellow Book USA, and Omaha Jacks. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the defending American League Western Division champion Angels. This is Quakes Baseball.
Tonight from Recreation Park, it's the final game of this three-game series between the Quakes and the Oaks. Hello, everybody. Jason Anafoyan with you tonight for the California League affiliates of the Angels and Devil Rays meeting up. And the Quakes are looking to snap their 7-game losing streak tonight. They'll send to the mound right-hander Chris Hunter. The Quakes will be opposed tonight on the mound by left-hander Mike Prochaska, the starting pitcher for Visalia in this contest. We're going to step away for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have all the action for you right after this.
Hey, baseball fans, remember when they played for the love of the game? When you could see future stars of tomorrow at an affordable price. In addition to exciting Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball, KWRM invites you to join us and catch one of the top teams in the land, the Long Beach State 49ers. You can follow the Dirtbags, a perennial national power, as they play their way to Omaha and the College World Series, exclusively on KWRM 1370.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 4 GameWorks passes, and 2 Cold Stone Creamery ice creams with the purchase of 2 ice creams, all for just $38. The Charter Media Family Fun Pack is available for April 15th, May 20th, June 10th, July 15th, and August 26th games at the Epicenter. To purchase your Friday Family Fun Pack, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Well, we've just completed the national anthem here in Visalia, and it's the final game of this series between the Quakes and the Oaks. And the Quakes with a 7-game losing streak after their 7-0 defeat last night. The second time the Quakes have been shut out this season. The Quakes are looking to break that losing streak, and they'll send right-hander Chris Hunter to the mound tonight. Hunter on the hill for the Quakes with a record of 3 wins, 1 loss, an ERA of 4.41. On the mound tonight for the Visalia Oaks is left-hander Mike Prochaska. Prochaska comes into the ballgame with a record of 1-3, a 5.79 ERA for Visalia. Let's run down the Quakes starting lineup. As announced by manager Ty Boykin, leading off the second baseman is Howie Kendrick. Batting second, the shortstop, Brandon Wood. Matt Brown is at third base, hitting third. Bobby Wilson, the catcher, will bat cleanup. Matt Pauley in left field will bat fifth. Ben Johnson, the designated hitter, will hit sixth. Baltazar Lopez at first base bats seventh. Mike Hughes, the right fielder, will hit eighth. Jason Sugden, the center fielder, will bat ninth. Kendrick, Wood, Brown, Wilson, Pauley, Johnson, Lopez, Hughes, and Sugden. Now the lineup that Steve Lipsey of the Oaks will counter with. The Oaks Class A affiliate of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Elliot Johnson leads off at second base. Carlos Ramos, the center fielder, hitting second. Jay Sitzman in right field, hitting third. Wes Bankston at first, hitting cleanup. John Paul Davis back in the lineup, the DH, hitting fifth. Annuity Cuevas, the shortstop, hits sixth. Chris Duffner at third base hits seventh. Sandy Arexena, the catcher, hits eighth. And Mark Schleicher hits ninth and is in left field. The first pitch of the ball game is swung on and fouled back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. First pitch tonight in Visalia coming your way at 6:36. Prochaska, the left-hander, comes back, and the next pitch is up and away to Howie Kendrick, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. The Quakes are in their alternate colored blue top, the batting practice top tonight. Here's the next pitch, a swing and a bouncer foul wide of third and down the line, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chris Hunter has chosen this jersey the last 3 times he has gone out to the mound. And tonight the Quakes in their blues. Here's the 1-2. Kendrick swings and lifts a high fly ball to right field. Sitzman going back on the track at the wall, and he reaches up and makes the catch, crashing into the wall. 1 man out.
Fly Visalia for free parking, a short commute, and easy access to hundreds of airports across the country.
One away, here is Brandon Wood.
Now batting for the Quakes, shortstop number 7, Brandon Wood.
This ball game getting started under somewhat of some hazy skies here in Visalia. Not quite the clear day that we had last night. Here is the pitch to Brandon Wood, swung on and fouled back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. Wood hitting .313 with 13 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1 on the way, and it's taken outside. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. The Quakes in their alternate colored blue tops with their blue hats tonight. Here's the 1-1 on the way, and it's a strike on the outside corner, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming into the ball game, the Visalia Oaks are now 16-16. This is their 26th home game of the year. Next pitch swung on, bounding ball to third. Duffner fields, long throw over to first in time to get Brandon Wood. 2 men out. Here is Matt Brown.
The third baseman, number 11, Matt Brown.
The Oaks are 3 games back of first place San Jose. San Jose in the north at 19-13, tied with High Desert for the best winning percentage in the league. And that is where the Quakes will head tomorrow morning. They'll start a 3-game series tomorrow night in San Jose. The Quakes are 14-18. They are 5 games back of High Desert in the south. Matt Brown, right-handed hitter, swings and lifts a high fly ball foul and down the right field line, out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Matt Brown hitting .312 with 5 home runs and 19 RBIs on the season. No score, just underway in this one. Prochaska, the left-hander, slightly open stance, now winds and deals home, and the 0-1 on the way. A swing and a bouncer foul over the Oaks third base dugout, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Most of the Oaks are leaned up against that top railing in the third base dugout. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Here's the pitch on the way, and Brown swings and pulls that one on a line drive to Cuevas. It's short. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Quakes are retired 1-2-3 here in the top half of the first. After a half inning, Rancho nothing, and the Oaks coming to bat.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Pestmaster Services, the right choice, right away. By Rancho Auto Service. If it's needin' fixin', remember Rancho Auto Service. By The Bulldog Pub, a taste of Britain in Upland. And by Excel Plumbing and Rooter, quality work at a fair price.
The bond between food and Pepsi is a storied tradition. It is a bond of respect and admiration.
I just know that when I come out of the piping hot oven covered in cheese and pepperoni, I'm a little disoriented. But then I see that beautiful blue and red and white eye gazing at me. I know I'm not alone.
A bond that says where there's a pizza and a Pepsi, things are going to be okay.
And that's when I knew who I was. I'm a pizza. And proud of it. You know, it's because of... Oh, thank you, Pepsi. It really, it meant a lot.
It's a bond of... Well, you say it, Mr. Pizza.
Love. I love you, Pepsi. I'm a pizza, and I love Pepsi. There, I said it.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
It's a great way to raise money and have a good time doing it.
The Quakes are retired in order in the top half of the first inning. Chris Hunter now beginning his warm-up tosses on the mound for Rancho Cucamonga. Hunter is 3-1 with a 4.41 ERA. He has pitched 6 games and has started 5 of them. Hunter is holding opponents to a .238 average in 32 2/3 innings. 29 hits, 16 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 15 and has struck out 20. Hunter, in his last start at High Desert, gave up just 3 runs in 6 innings. He gave up 3 runs in 6 innings. That was on Thursday night, the first game of this road trip, or the second game of this road trip. That was on Friday night. And Hunter, 3 runs in that performance. He walked just 1 batter in those 6 innings, and he struck out 7 on the night. He faces Elliott Johnson, switch hitter, batting left-handed to lead it off, and the pitch on the way, and Johnson takes low and inside for a ball, 1-0. 0-0, bottom of the first. Johnson hitting .312 with 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. The next pitch is swung on and bounced foul down the first base line. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Matt Brown in on the grass at third base. Brandon Wood, the shortstop, plays back in the sunshine. Howie Kendrick plays in the sunshine as well. He is back at second base. And Baltazar Lopez at first. Next pitch comes low and inside to Johnson, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Lopez playing off the line at first and behind the bag. Bobby Wilson behind the plate catching Chris Hunter on the mound. The Quakes in the outfield have Matt Pauley in left. The 2-1 on the way is swung on and smacked hard down the first base side. It deflects off of the Quakes dugout, and down the line it goes. One of the relievers in the Quakes bullpen picks it up and flips it to a young fan in the bleachers. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Johnson back in the box, standing off the plate. Hunter winds and deals, and the 2-2 on the way is down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Elliott Johnson. Holly is in left field playing in the Sun field right now. Jason Sugden in straightaway center. The next pitch swung on, pulled to Howie Kendrick at second base. He fields and throws low to first in time to retire Johnson for the out. 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning, and Carlos Ramos is coming to the plate.
The center fielder, number 36, Carlos Ramos.
Ramos hitting .253 without a home run, 14 RBIs. Tonight in the Visalia lineup, there are 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Ramos, Stitzman, and Bankston are without home runs this season at Visalia. Bankston in just very limited time. Ramos runs up and bunts this one foul back up into the netting just above the Oaks third base dugout. No balls and a strike. The lights are already on here in Visalia, although not yet taking their effect. Hunter pitches from the sunshine. He winds and deals, and the next pitch is in there for a strike to Ramos, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Light breeze blowing out to center field. Here's the 0-2 on the way. It is low and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 0-0 here in the bottom half of the first. Hunter, the right-hander, winds and deals. The 1-2 on the way, swung on, broken back ground ball to first base. Lopez fields it behind the bag. He'll take it himself to the bag for the putout. 2 men out. Here comes Chase Stitzman. Chase Stitzman hitting .266 without a home run, 14 RBIs. Collectively, in the Oaks lineup tonight, a total of 7 home runs, and there are 9 hitters. Here it's Stitzman. He bunts this one to the third base side. It's picked up by Hunter on the grass. He throws over to first in time to get Stitzman, who was bunting for a hit. The inning is over. First inning in the books tonight. Both clubs go in order after 1-0.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, not the other book. When it comes
comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's that peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You'll watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
After 1 inning, 0-0, here come the Quakes to the plate with Bobby Wilson here in the top of the second inning. The Quakes return home on Tuesday night. The Lancaster Jethawks will be in town to start a 3-game series. All 7:15 starts on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night against the Jethawks. And then the Visalia Oaks will come back and visit the Quakes down at the Epicenter next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here is Bobby Wilson. He takes a curveball from Prochaska, and it's in there for a strike, and the count, no balls and a strike. Mike Prochaska, left-hander, winds and deals, and the next pitch is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 0-0, top of the second. Prochaska into his windup. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Prochaska, born in Memphis, resides in Raleigh, North Carolina. 16th round draft choice of the Devil Rays in 2002. Next pitch is outside, 3 balls, 1 strike. So he resides in the off season in Raleigh, North Carolina. 6'1", 210 pounds. Left-hander comes back, and the 3-1 on the way is down low, ball 4. And Bobby Wilson works himself a leadoff walk.
The left fielder, number 35, Matt
Last
Polly.
year, between Bakersfield and Montgomery, Prochaska struggled. Well, he struggled in Montgomery, but he had some success in Bakersfield. Here is the pitch to Matt Polly, and it's taken for a strike in the count 0-1. He allowed 2 earned runs or less in 10 of his 11 starts last year with Bakersfield, where he was 6-2 with a 1.7 ERA. In 63 2/3 innings. 0-1 the count, and a throw over to first base, and Bobby Wilson is back. So Wilson with a leadoff walk, Polly at the plate, Prochaska from the stretch deals, and the pitch, and a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count, no balls, 2 strikes. In Montgomery with the Double-A club, Prochaska was 4-10 with a 5.48 ERA in 92 innings. And he had 16 starts. The 0-2 pitch swung on, line right to first. Bankston fields, and he steps on the bag for the putout. Double play, 2 men out. Well, that is the way it has gone for the Quakes so far in a nutshell.
They got it all at ENC Rest. And now batting.
Here is Ben Johnson. Johnson with a base hit in his Rancho Cucamonga debut last night. Called up this week from Cedar Rapids. Here's Johnson. He takes down low. Ball skips away to the backstop, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson with the base hit last night for the Quakes. He is the DH tonight. Johnson arrived on Tuesday and made his debut last night on Wednesday. Prochaska now pitching from the cusp of the shadows, winds and deals, and the next pitch is swung on and tipped into the glove of Aracena, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away, top of the second inning. Prochaska winds and deals. The next pitch swung on off the right-hander's bat. A high pop fly in the left center. Schleicher over. He's there. He's under it, and the left fielder makes the catch. The side is retired. One walk, nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning with the score 0-0.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom label. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Teams win big games because they're prepared for every situation, especially the unexpected. A breakdown on the road is no time to comparison shop for a tow truck. The best time to find a company that can safely tow your vehicle is today. That's good advice from Towing Alone Service. They're the safest and most reliable towing service around. Check out their website at towingalone.com and program their number into your cell phone. It's 909-854-5661. Towing Alone, wishing everyone a happy Cinco de Mayo.
Heading to the bottom of the second inning, 0-0 as Chris Hunter in his warm-up tosses here with my studio coordinator, John Souter. Jason Anaforian with you tonight from Recreation Park in Visalia. It's the one and only trip by the Quakes to Visalia this year. And the final throw going down to second base. Leading it off here in the bottom half of the second inning will be Wes Bankston. And he's the cleanup hitter.
First baseman, number
the
31.
sun has peeked out. It is not necessarily an overcast day, but more of a stark sunshine right now. And that is definitely a tough sun field here in the second inning compared to the first that Matt Pauley in left field will have to deal with. So Chris Hunter stands on the mound just right now about being covered in the shadows. Hunter lines and throws in the pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. However, Hunter releasing the ball at the moment. It's coming right out of the sunshine. Here's the windup and the 0-1 on the way. Swung on and fouled off to the right and down the line. No balls and 2 strikes. 0-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning. Wes Bankston so far early on in his Oaks career 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Bankston last night had a RBI. He was walked with the bases loaded. Next pitch is down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Chris Hunter. Hunter comes back, and the next pitch on the way, a breaking ball low and inside, 2-2. The last time the Quakes held a lead in a ball game was on Friday night in High Desert. Coincidentally, it was also the same game that Hunter pitched. He was already out of the game at the time. The 2-2 on the way, swing and a bouncer foul. This one is over the Oaks third base dugout. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Wes Bankston. Hunter, the right-hander, looks in for the signs. He winds and kicks. Here's the next pitch, just off the outside. Tried to locate a fastball and just missed. And the count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Hunter winds and deals. The payoff pitch swung on and hit foul down the right field line and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wind blowing out to center field here at Recreation Park in Visalia. This stadium located right in the middle of an old neighborhood here in Visalia. The 3-2 on the way, swung on, grounded to shortstop. Brandon Wood to his left, scoops it up, throws over to first in time to retire Bankston for the out. 1 man down. Here is John Paul Davis. Coming to Visalia, you get the sense, I mean, it is obviously a small town, the population just over 100,000 people. And Visalia, it somewhat has that feel of an old of a Midwest type of a town. Here is John Paul Davis, and he takes the first pitch for a strike, and the count is 0-1. It's definitely rural America out here. No balls, one strike. Here's the pitch on the way. Curveball in there for a strike at the knees, and now Hunter is ahead in the count, 0-2. Chris Hunter goes to the glove. The right-hander kicks and throws. Here's the next pitch inside with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Thursday night here in Visalia. Tomorrow night on Friday we'll be in San Jose. The 1-2 breaking ball. It's in the dirt. Bobby Wilson tried to tag. Now he picks it up and he throws down to first base to complete the strikeout. Paul Davis went around on that check swing, and so he is out. Strikeout is completed, 2-3. 2 away. Here is Anuti Davis. Anuti Cuevas hitting .313 with 2 home runs and 14 RBIs. Cuevas playing shortstop tonight. Hunter is retired to the first 5 he has faced. The pitch on the way swung on and fouled back to the screen, and the count no balls and a strike. Future renovation plans for Recreation Park include more of a permanent grandstand style of bleachers down the right field line. Right now they're just your standard aluminum portable bleachers. Next pitch to Cuevas is down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. New clubhouses are supposed to be constructed by mid-season for the Oaks. Here's the next pitch, a breaking ball in the dirt. Check swing by Cuevas, and he goes around, says the base umpire Jeremy Barb on the appeal. 1-2. Shane Alexander is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. 1-2, 2 men out. Here's the pitch on the way. In the dirt, it is blocked by Wilson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nothing, bottom of the second inning. Eventually, the plan is to move the Oaks over to the first base dugout and expand that first base dugout. 2-2 on the way, down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. 2 men out. Here's the windup by Hunter, and the 3-2 on the way. Swung on and grounded to short. Brandon Wood fields it off to his left, throws over to first to retire Cuevas, inning over. Hunter, 3 up, 3 down here in the second inning. We head to the third, no score.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible, and it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
You are listening to AM 1370 Sports on KWRM, Corona, California.
Over 50% of the population admits to dropping litter on the ground or out a car window. All that litter makes one big mess. The good news is you can help by setting a good example for your kids and community. Research shows that people litter because litter has already accumulated. By keeping your neighborhood clean, you ensure that others are less likely to litter there. So take the following steps to help stop litter in your neighborhood. Throw your trash in a can every time. If you're not near a trash can, hold on to your trash until you get to one. Make sure your outdoor trash cans have lids that close securely to prevent accidental litter. Keep your yard and sidewalk trash free. Include a neighborhood cleanup in your next neighborhood event. Don't let trash blow away from you, because it won't disappear. And teach kids to use trash cans. They'll adopt your habits. Call 800-CLEANUP to report illegally dumped garbage and debris. For more pollution prevention tips, call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060. 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
First baseman, number 32.
Heading
Lopez.
into the top of the third inning, Baltazar Lopez will lead it off for the Quakes. In this scoreless ball game, Mike Prochaska on the mound, and he winds and deals, and Lopez swings and lets a high pop fly on the first pitch down the left field line. Schleicher coming over the left fielder, Duffner at third base going out, and the ball falls in the bullpen. The bullpen mound down the left field line comes first, then home plate. So right where that ball fell All three fielders, Duffner, Cuevas at short, and Schleicher in left, had to contend with the pitcher's mound. Pitcher's mounds in the bullpens are located on the field. No balls, 1 strike the count. Baltazar Lopez at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2. 0-0, top half of the third. Prochaska, the left-hander, looks in. Now he goes to the glove. He winds. Here's the 0-2 on the way, and it is down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lopez hitting 183 without a home run, 6 RBIs. Prochaska winds and deals. The 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed, and he came with a changeup, and Lopez is out on strikes. One man out. Here is Mike Hughes. Pitcher's mound now in the shadows. Duffner at third base tonight for Visalia. He plays in the shadows at the moment. Cuevas, the shortstop, in the sunlight with his hands on his knees. Johnson at second base, standing at the edge of the outfield grass. Here's the windup and the pitch to Hughes, and it's on the inside corner for a strike with a curveball, and the count is 0-1. At first base is Bankston. He plays back and off the line. 0-1 the count to the right-hander Hughes, hitting 192 in his early going with the Quakes. The 0-1 on the way is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 0-0 here in the top half of the third. Hughes so far has swings at the next pitch and lifts a fly ball to straightaway right field. Sitzman, the right fielder, is there to make the catch for the out. 2 men out. Hughes is 5 for 27 now, early on in this season. Here is Jason Sugden. Sugden hitting 9th tonight in the Quakes lineup. No score, top half of the third inning. Here's the pitch from Prochaska, and it's in there for a strike to Sugden, and the count is 0-1. Sugden hitting 248, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs. Here's the 0-1 on the way. Sugden takes low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Prochaska, a left-hander, wears the long green sleeves under the Oaks white jersey. Oaks in their white jerseys, white pants, green stirrups. Here's the 1-1, swinging a bouncer foul back over the on-deck circle along the third base side. 1-2 the count. Looking around at all members of the Visalia Oaks, including the catcher, everybody with the high sock look with their uniform. 1-2, 2 men out. The pitch on the way. Prochaska deals, and a swing and a chopper foul at the plate. And Aracena makes the grab at the foul ball. 1-2 to Jason Sugden. Switch hitter batting right-handed. 0-0, top of the third. Not a very hard breeze blowing out to center field. In fact, at the moment, very light. It reached the high 80s here in Visalia today. Warmest day of the 3 days by far. Here's the windup and the 1-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the inning is over. 2 strikeouts here in the third by Prochaska. Quakes go 1-2-3. After 2.5, no score.
Is your business ready to forge ahead? Well, a good way to get ahead is by advertising. And a good way to advertise is with a sign, banner, or vehicle wrap from American Banner Design. We specialize in banners, window graphics, stationary signs, flags, and more. We can customize your artwork and logos to high-resolution digital print. For quality and creativity you can rely on, American Banner Design. Find out more online at AmericanBannerDesign.us. American Banner Design. The right advertising, the right results, the right amount of success.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank. Proud to be your hometown bank. Proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
And it's time for the El Tapatio We Score You Win inning. If the Oaks score in the third inning, everyone wins a free appetizer with the purchase of a meal at El Tapatio Restaurant. El Tapatio, located right across from the ballpark. Now El Tapatio's food is also inside the ballpark.
Hey, Jason, I counted you back in. I couldn't hear you. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're back on.
Leading off for the Visalia Oaks, third baseman, number 12, Chris Duffner.
Chris Duffner will lead it off here in the bottom half of the third. 0-0 the score as Chris Hunter deals, and the pitch is swung on and fouled back to the first base dugout, and the count is 0-1. 0-0, bottom of the third. Now the wind's starting to kick up here at the ballpark. Duffner hitting .333 with no home runs and an RBI. Limited playing time so far for Visalia. Next pitch, a big swing and a miss at a curveball, and the count 0 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch, low and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Duffner 12 for 36 so far. Here's the next pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. 1 man out here in the bottom of the third. Here is Sandy Aracena.
The catcher, number 25.
Aracena hitting .229 without a home run, 5 RBIs. 0-0, bottom of the third. This game has not seen a hit yet for either ball club. Hunter has retired the first 7 he has faced. He has struck out 2. Here's the pitch on the way, and a breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Quakes with a 7-game losing streak coming into the ball game this evening. Here's the next pitch, reached for and tapped over to third. Brown charges, he fields and throws across the diamond to first to retire Aracena. 2 men out. Here is Mark Schleicher. Quakes baseball tonight on the radio is brought to you in part by Yellow Book USA. Look your information up in the Yellow Book. Call 1-888-YB-YELLOW. The Yellow Book, not the other book. 2 outs, base is empty. Here is the pitch on the way. First pitch swinging. Schleicher grounds it to short on 2 hops. Woodfield throws over to first in time. Inning over. Hunter is perfect through 3. We head to the 4th. 0-0.
The English have a heritage rich in tradition. If you'd like to experience a bit of that heritage for yourself, stop by the Bulldog Pub. Enjoy the best English-style fish and chips, meat pies, pasties, and bangers, as well as a great selection of import and domestic beer and a full bar. Play pool or darts. And while baseball isn't cricket, we've been serving Quakes fans for 19 years. Stop by the Bulldog tonight. You'll find us in the Upland Northwest Shopping Center under the Clock Tower at 16th and Mountain Avenue. The Bulldog Pub, a taste of Britain in Upland.
Hello, Best Western.
Hi, I'd like to book a room.
Sure, for how long?
5 months, so 161 days.
161 days?
Yep, don't want to miss out on any bobbleheads.
Wow, I guess so.
Actually, they're not for me, though. They're for my, son.
I'm sure they are.
Stay at any Best Western in California, Nevada, and Hawaii between April 7th and September 15th and ask for the baseball rate. You'll get up to 25% off your stay and get a free limited edition bobblehead. Different Major League star in their minor league uniform with each stay. Log on to TravelBestWestern.com for additional terms or call 1-800-WESTERN. Guests must register in advance and quantities are limited.
Hey fans, capture special moments both on and off the field with the new Sprint PCS Vision phone with a built-in camera. Right now you can save up to $150 instantly on select phone models, plus you'll get 2 months of Sprint PCS Vision service for free. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes fans, bring your ticket stub into any local Sprint store and save an extra $30 when you activate a new line of service.
Limited time offer valid with a new line of service in 2-year agreement subject to credit activation, termination, other terms, conditions, and restrictions apply. See Sprint Store for details.
Sprint PCS is the official wireless partner of the Rancho
Heading to the
Cucamonga
top
Quakes.
of the fourth inning. 0-0 the score. The Quakes, as we told you, return home on Tuesday night after this road trip. They'll have an off day on Monday. The last leg of the road trip coming up tomorrow at San Jose.
Howie Kendrick.
And then the Quakes come home for 8 out of their next 9 at home. And May is a road-heavy month. Here is Howie Kendrick, and Kendrick takes the first pitch for a strike, a breaking ball, and the count is 0-1. Howie Kendrick last year in Cedar Rapids, this year with the Quakes. Next pitch swung on, a high fly ball to left center field. And Schleicher, the left fielder, going back and in the sunshine, reaches off to his left to make the catch for the out, and Kendrick is retired.
Brandon Wood.
One man out. Here is Brandon Wood. He grounded to third in the first. The standings in the California League Southern Division have the High Desert Mavericks leading Lake Elsinore by 2 games. It was the High Desert behind J.P. Howell last night, defeating Lake Elsinore 7-1. Here is the pitch to Brandon Wood, taken for a strike on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Here's the windup and the 0-1 on the way, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Jethawks are 2.5 back of High Desert. The Quakes 5 back, and then Inland Empire 8 back. Here's the 1-1 on the way, up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. No score, top half of the fourth. The Quakes 14-18 on the season. Here's the 2-1 on the way. Wood swings and bounces this one over to second base. Johnson comes up, charges, and fields from the dirt, throws over to first to get Brandon Wood for the out. 2 men out. Here is Matt Brown.
Third baseman, number
Matt
11.
Brown lined out to short in the first. 0-0, top of the fourth inning. Jason Anaforian with you tonight from Recreation Park in Visalia. The Oaks will come to Rancho Cucamonga for 3 games next weekend. It's a part of that homestand, May 20th through the 22nd. Here is the first pitch to Matt Brown, and it is taken outside, 1-0. And then the Oaks will also come back to Rancho Cucamonga August 16th through the 18th. 1-0 the count, the pitch. Swing and a high pop-up down the right field line. Johnson at second going out, and the second baseman in foul territory takes charge and runs it down for the out, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Quakes, as Prochaska has retired the side 3 out of 4 times tonight in order. We head to the bottom of the fourth. No score.
I think I found it over here, Bob.
Don't let a plumber clean out your pocketbook as well as your pipes. Routine maintenance and regular inspection by Dr. Reuter Plumbing will help you avoid the expense of major repairs down the road. Dr. Reuter Plumbing provides dependable 24-hour plumbing, sewer, and drain cleaning services 7 days a week. And there's never an overtime charge. Residential or commercial, no job is too small. Give us a call at 1-800-278-1358 or find us online at superpages.com or drreuterplumbing.com.
Pressed for time? Gotta get something good for the family and real quick? Think Chipotle. For gourmet meals on the run, Chipotle Mexican Grill is famous for their huge portions. Plus, it's fresh. Fresh gourmet burritos and tacos prepared the way you like it. Nothing processed or frozen. Plus, their recipes are created by a classically trained chef. No, not that type of classical, but it will be music to your mouth when you bite into a Chipotle burrito stuffed with 17 different ingredients and marinated in their famous Chipotle adobo sauce. And for those of you who like to eat healthy, skip the tortilla and have a burrito bowl because they get fresh veggies delivered every day. Add some lettuce and homemade guacamole, and you've got a salad fiesta. Chipotle has a brand new location in Norco, or for one nearest you, visit their website at chipotle.com. Chipotle, where their burritos let you cover all 4 food groups in one single bite, and fast food that is not only healthy and fresh, but you can eat it with your hands. Chipotle, now open in Norco on Hamner between 1st and 2nd Street, or find a location nearest you at chipotle.com. That's Chipotle, CHIPOTLE.com.
Heading into the bottom of the fourth inning, 0-0. Final throw going down to second base. No runs, hits, or errors for both clubs so far in this one. And It'll be the top of the lineup in Elliott Johnson, followed by Carlos Ramos and then Jay Sitzman. Chris Hunter so far 2 strikeouts without a walk through 3 innings pitched for the right-hander. The Quakes in their blue-colored batting practice tops with Quakes in white, trimmed in black, scripted across the front. Here is the pitch on the way to Johnson, and he takes it down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Tomorrow night will be tape delayed following Long Beach State baseball right here on KWRN 1370. Next pitch is outside, 2-0, and on the internet at rcquakes.com. On Friday is a live broadcast at 5 o'clock from Municipal Stadium. Next pitch taken for a strike to Johnson. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. 0-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Next pitch down low. 3-1 from Hunter. And here's the windup and the 3-1 on the way. Swinging a high pop fly down the left field line, giving chase at third base is Matt Brown, and that ball's going to land on the warning track and bounce back up into the picnic area. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Playing baseball under the daylight. Here are the 6:35 starts in Visalia. They seem to be a pretty decent draw. We have had decent crowds the 3 nights here. 3-2 on the way, swung on and hit into right center. That's a base hit. And Jason Sugden over to field the ball on a hop, and Elliott Johnson has a base hit. It's the game's first. Here is Carlos Ramos.
The center fielder, number 36, Carlos Ramos.
Carlos Ramos grounded out to first in the first. In on the grass at third base is Brown. A turn and a throwback over to first, and Johnson holding on, or Johnson back safely. Lopez holding on Johnson. The Quakes have a Ben Johnson that can also play a little first base. Hunter from the stretch, and now a turn and another throwback over there, and back again safely is Elliott Johnson. 19 steals for Elliott Johnson, and he leads the California League in that department. He has been caught just 2 times, and that is impressive. Hunter from the belt. Another nod, trying to see if he can get Johnson to break, and now finally time is called. Stepping out of the box is Ramos. Matt Brown at third base, in on the grass. Brandon Wood and Howie Kendrick shade up the middle. Hunter is set, looking for a ground ball. Runner bluffs at first. The pitch gets through the legs of Wilson, and it heads on to the backstop. It rolls on to the backstop, and down to second base goes Elliott Johnson. A pass ball charged to Johnson. Or I beg your pardon, pass ball charged to Bobby Wilson. Johnson at second base. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Now, with Johnson away from second, Hunter began to go into his windup and then steps off of the mound and looks back over at second base. 1-0 the count. Hunter is set from the belt. He throws the 1-0 on the way, swung on and hit on a hard one hopper to short, and the ball ate up Brandon Wood. Brandon Wood fielded. It looked like as if he was thinking about trying to head over to third base to try and get Johnson, and he simply could not come up with the baseball. It was a hard shot by Ramos, but right to Wood. It was taken on kind of a short hop, about waist height, and Wood is charged with an error. To third base goes Johnson. He was running on contact. Wood also had to deal with Johnson cutting in front of that ball. First and third now, nobody out. Here is Jay Sitzman. And the pitch to Sitzman is a breaking ball outside from Hunter. 1-0 the count. Runners at the corners, nobody out. the pitch. Instead, it's a fake to third and a look back to first. One and 0 the count. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter is set. Now the 1-1 on the way. Swinging a line shot. It's pulled into right field. That's a base hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Hughes over to field it on a hop. Scoring is Johnson. Going to third is Ramos. Into second is Sitzman with a double and an RBI. And the Oaks are on the board first, leading 1-0.
Oaks first baseman number 31. Wes Bankston.
Here's Wes Bankston. Bankston grounded to short in the second inning. The infield brought in here in the bottom of the fourth with it 1-0 Visalia and nobody out, and runners are at second and third. Here is the pitch from Hunter, and as the fly ball lifted down the right field line and out of play. Hughes giving chase. The ball lands foul. So Bankston first pitch swinging. And the Oaks with an opportunity to put up a crooked number here in the bottom of the fourth. And Hunter trying to keep them from doing that. Looking for anything here to hit at one of his fielders. Something to freeze the runner as Hunter deals a curveball down low in the dirt, blocked by Wilson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom half of the fourth inning here in Visalia. Now Hunter throws. The pitch on the way. Swinging a fister foul. Past the bag at third and wide. Down the line. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. One and 2 the count. Nobody out. Hunter holds the ball in his hand from the right side. Now he pauses at the belt. He throws home. The 1-2 on the way. Low and inside. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. Two on the way, down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count now. First base is open. Infield is played back now at about medium depth. There are everybody's a couple of steps behind the grass. 3-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, and Bankston goes around swinging. A check swing is ruled to have gone around. 1 man out. Big strikeout there for Hunter. Here is John Paul Davis. Davis struck out swinging in the second. 1-0 Oaks. Bottom of the fourth. Davis looking to add to that lead. A Chase Sitzman RBI double. He is at second base. That's how the Oaks scored their run. Curveball at the knees for a strike taken by Davis. And the count is 0-1. Most of the infield now in the shadows, with just the exception of Sitzman, who leads away from second in the sunlight. The 0-1, swinging a ground ball to Wood at short. He's coming home. The throw to the plate is in time. Wilson applies the tag on Ramos. And out at the plate is Ramos. Sitzman holds at second base, and Davis is aboard on the fielder's choice. So the Quakes cut off that lead runner at the plate. 2 men out in the inning.
The shortstop, number 20, Anthony Quakes.
When the ball club's in a losing spell such as the one they're in right now, I think you look for anything, and it could be even when the club is trailing, as they are right now, 1-0, turning points. And this could be one of those innings. Here's a breaking ball to Cuevas, taken for a strike, 0-1. Then as time goes on, it may prove not to be, but you're looking for something. Something to show maybe you're turning the corner. The 0-1 on the way, and Cuevas takes down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last night, when the bullpen was in this tough predicament with runners at second and third and just a 2-run deficit, the inning completely fell apart, and so did the ball game. The 1-1 on the way. Changeup swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2 the count to Cuevas. Last night in the 5th, the Oaks posted 5 runs on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they were all after Samard left the game. The 1-2 on the way, in the dirt, and holding up on a check swing was Cuevas. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch is outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out. Three and 2 the count. 2 men out. Runners will be off on the pitch. From the stretch is Hunter. A pause at the belt, and now he steps off of the rubber and looks back over to second base. 3 and 2, 2 outs. The runners go. The pitch, breaking ball, strike 3 called to Cuevas, and he didn't think so. He began to walk up towards first. Hunter strikes him out. The inning is over. And so just the 1 run comes across the plate here in the 4th. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 2 left. We head to the 5th. It is 1-0 Visalia.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you got shooters down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
This is Todd Borkin, manager of the Quakes for the Ontario Airport Marriott. Featuring an executive conference center, a lecture hall with surrounding breakout room, the Marriott is your place for your next meeting or seminar. Looking for a place to host a wedding ceremony, reception, or how about that class or family reunion? The Marriott features ballroom space for up to 500 people. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Hope Boulevard, right off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2005 Quakes on the radio.
Leading off the 5th inning for Rancho Cucamonga, catcher number 27, Bobby Wilson.
1-0 Visalia after 4 innings. And Bobby Wilson to lead it off against Mike Prochaska. And the bottom of the 4th could have been worse. Here's Wilson, first pitch swinging, chops it to third. In fair territory, gloved by Duffner, even with the bag. After a backhanded pick, he throws over to first to get Wilson for the out. A big high bouncer. Duffner took the charge at third base on that play.
The left fielder, number 35, Matt Pauley.
Here is Matt Pauley. Pauley lined into a double play in the 2nd inning, and Pauley takes the first pitch for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Here's the windup and the 1-0 on the way. Low and away. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Two and 0 the count. Pauley throws, and the next pitch in there for a strike, and the count is at 2 balls and 1 strike. Prochaska winds. Here's the 2-1 on the way. Curveball taken down low. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. Here's the 3-1 on the way. Low and away. Ball 4. So Polly walks. He gets on base, and that'll bring up Ben Johnson. Johnson's a switch hitter batting right-handed tonight.
Number 45, Ben Johnson.
Johnson getting his first start. These are the types of roles he'll start in. Spot starts. And he'll DH, he'll pinch hit. He can be used as especially as a switch hitter, a bat off the bench. Right now, there's just not a lot of room for him in the starting lineup. That's what Ty Boykin said. The pitch to Johnson is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. But as is the case with Ivan Reyes, you could see Johnson tomorrow in the lineup in left, or tomorrow in the lineup at first base, or he could also be used as a third catcher. 1-0 the count. Away from first is Polly. More than likely, you're going to see him defensively at first or behind the plate catching than you would see him in the outfield, but he gives you that type of an option where that's how he can be used. 1-0 the count. Johnson hails from Washington State. Here's a throw over to first base, and Polly is back. Johnson started the season, played mostly as a first baseman in Cedar Rapids. Caught a few games, but mostly a first baseman. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swing and a miss, and a changeup, and Polly breaks back to the bag at first. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Johnson from Bellevue, Washington. He played his college ball at the University of Washington, a Husky. Here's the pitch, and it's outside to Johnson. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Played his high school ball at Bellevue High School in Washington. Born in Seattle. Played last season with the Provo club, the Provo Angels at the time, now the Orem Owls. Time is called as Polly off of the bag now gets back on. Prochaska looking over there. 1-0 Visalia, top half of the 5th inning. Still playing under daylight. Here's the 2-1 on the way. Swung on and missed, and the count 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out here in the top half of the 5th inning. In left field is Schleicher, and he is playing Johnson straight away and deep. 2-2 the pitch. Swinging a high drive towards left field. Schleicher going back at the warning track at the wall, turning, looking, and that ball is gone. A home run for Ben Johnson, and the Quakes take a 2-1 lead. It's his first home run as a Quake. A 2-run shot to left field here in Visalia. It landed in the netting above the advertisements, and that is a home run. There is a netting that is located beyond the wall in straightaway left field, only to keep balls from flying in if they can into what is a skate park located behind the outfield wall. Here is Baltazar Lopez. He takes the first pitch down low, 1-0, and it has been since Friday night in the 8th inning that I've been able to say the Quakes have the lead. Here's the next pitch, swinging a ground ball to short. Cuevas fields, and he throws low to first in time to get Lopez for the out. 2 men out, and the Quakes up in this one, 2-1 here in the top of the 5th. That is the first hit of the ball game. And just so you can throw any of that no-hitter stuff out the door, it's only the 5th inning, but the Quakes have never been no-hit. They've never thrown a no-hitter. Looking through the record books, there has not been a no-hitter for either an opponent or for the Quakes in franchise history. Here is the pitch to Mike Hughes, a breaking ball outside, and the count 1-0. So the first hit of the ball game for the Quakes is a 2-run home run by Ben Johnson. Here's the 1-0 on the way from Prochaska, and Hughes swings and hits a fly ball foul down the right field line and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. A one-out walk to Polly, and then Johnson pulled one for a home run. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. Prochaska with his arm down to his side, winds and throws. Here's the 2-1 on the way, and a fastball tails outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hughes flied to right field in the 3rd inning. 3 balls and 1 strike to count. The windup and the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, shallow center. Ramos coming in, and Ramos is taking charge, calling off the infielders, and he'll make the catch for the out. The inning is retired. The inning is over. The Quakes scored 2 on the Johnson home run to left field. 1 hit, 1 walk, nobody left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. It is 2-1 Quakes.
Around here, folks take pride in their landscape. They know a beautiful yard starts with the right materials. And around here, people like to do it themselves. That's why they rely on Haven Building Materials. Haven features a winning lineup of blocks, cement, rocks, sand, and gravel, everything you need for your landscape. And they deliver, too. Folks in the know rely on Haven. They have since 1978, and you can too. Just stop by Haven Building Materials at 9393 Haven Avenue in Rancho Cucamonga.
Omaha Jack's Grill House and Brewery is open just north of the Epicenter in Mozzie Plaza. Come in for outstanding food featuring great steaks, fresh seafood, and roasted prime rib. Not to mention an in-house brewery and live entertainment. Quakes fans, show your ticket stub after a ball game and receive 10% off. Can't make it in after the game? Then stop in before for great steaks. Or how about a great place to meet for lunch? Lunch specials start at just $5.99. Omaha Jack's, a home run away from the Epicenter.
Across our nation, the Salvation Army and the Boy Scouts of America are making a difference.
1 bag, 1 can, 1 child,
1 volunteer, 1 truck,
1 box,
1 family, 1 food bank,
1 community unified.
Good turn for America. Will you be one who will make a difference? Log on to goodturnforamerica.org for more information.
Heading to the bottom of the 5th inning with the score Quakes 2 and the Oaks 1. A 2-run home run in this contest by Ben Johnson for the Quakes in the top half of the 5th inning. And just his 3rd at bat as a Rancho Cucamonga Quake. Here is Chris Duffner.
Third baseman, number 12, Chris Duffner.
2 hits in the ballgame for Visalia. And they came in the 4th inning. Duffner struck out swinging in the 3rd against Hunter. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1. 2-1 the score. As the losing streaks sometimes bring out odd, statistics or anecdotes. But Hunter winds and deals. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a shot into right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Sugden over to cut it off. A big turn by Duffner around first. He's heading for second. The throw to second. Wood is there. The throw is there. The tag is there. And Duffner is out. A single by Duffner. And he is thrown out at second base, 8-6. Here is Sandy Aracena, grounded to third base in the 3rd. Pitch to Aracena is down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch taken for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Next pitch on the way, breaking ball down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The last Quakes starter to have a lead to work with in a game, starter, was Samard on May 5th at High Desert on the first game of this road trip. Next pitch is inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. That's just a starter to work with the lead. And that lasted just 1/2 inning. Here is the next pitch, and it is down low, ball 4, and walking is Aracena. The last Quakes starter to work with any sort of a decent lead at all was James Holcomb against Bakersfield at the Epicenter on May 3rd. That was the game the Quakes led from start to finish in Game 2 of that series. So a 1-out walk. Here is Mark Schleicher, grounded to short in the 3rd. Hunter from the belt. He throws home, and the pitch is swung on and pulled down the left field line. That is a base hit. It goes down into the corner, going over to kick the ball and dig it out as Polly being waved over to third is Aracena. He's being waved around. Here comes the relay to the plate, not in time. Aracena scores standing. In the second is Schleicher with a double and an RBI. He has tied the ball game up at 2.
Second baseman, number 8, Elliot Johnson.
Here is Elliot Johnson in the top of the lineup. Elliot Johnson singled and scored in the 4th. 1 on, 1 in, and 1 out in the 5th. 2-2 the score. Brown in on the grass at third. Here's the pitch to Johnson, and it is taken for a strike, or taken for a ball outside. 1-0. 1 man out. Away from second base is Schleicher. Here's the pitch on the way, and Hunter deals outside. 2 balls, no strikes the count. A pause at the belt by Hunter. Here's the 2-0 on the way, and it's down low. 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 0 the count. Outfield playing straight away. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a chopper foul at the plate. Three balls, 1 strike to count to Elliot Johnson. Hunter throws and the pitch. Swinging a bouncer over to short. Woodfield, he's going to go to third with the runner heading to third, and his throw is there, and they get Schleicher, the lead runner, as Brown applies the tag. Schleicher running on contact, and he crossed in front of the ball before it got to Wood, and Wood threw over to third base.
Center fielder, number 36, Carlos Ramos.
Here is Carlos Ramos, 2 men out, and a runner at first base. Ramos reached on an error by Brandon Wood in the 4th on a similar play. Here's a pitch out, and the count 1-0. Johnson not going at first. A similar play that was mishandled by Wood. It appeared that he was going to try and get the lead runner over at third base, and that would have been Elliot Johnson in that situation in the 4th. Next pitch, another pitch out. Runner not going. 2-0 the count. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning, tied up at 2. Quakes and the Oaks, affiliates of the Angels and Devil Rays. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch on the way, and in there for a strike. Hunter deals, and the count is now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike, 2 men out, a turn and a throw over to first base, and Johnson is back. Johnson in the 4th inning reached on a single, moved to second on a pass ball, reached third on the air, and then scored on the double. 2-1 the count. The pitch, swinging a big chopper over towards short. It's gloved by Wood. He comes down with the ball just to the left of the second base bag and then fires over to first just to get Ramos in time by a step. The inning is over. 1 run in the inning for the Oaks on 2 hits, no errors, the man left on. We head to the 6th. We're tied up at 2.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2005 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. With several new games for the whole family, online play with Xbox Live, and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox? Xbox now more than ever, it's good to play together.
Everyone wants a healthy lawn and garden. However, fertilizer works better and is more cost-effective when used properly. By following the directions on the package and making sure water does not run off your property, you can keep fertilizer from washing away. Water that runs off your lawn or garden flows into the gutter and drains directly into the Santa Ana River, carrying excess fertilizer with it. Any fertilizer that reaches local waterways pollutes the environment for people and aquatic life. Next time you use fertilizer, make the following choices to protect our environment, your pocketbook, and public health. Follow the directions on the product. More is not better. Extra fertilizer just gets washed off your lawn or garden. Avoid using fertilizer near ditches or gutters. When watering your lawn and garden, make sure water does not run into the street and carry fertilizer with it. Do not apply fertilizer before a rainstorm. Store fertilizers and chemicals in a covered area and in sealed containers. When it is time to dispose of leftover chemicals, call 1-800-253-2687 for the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Site near you. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
2-2 the score after 5 innings. Coming up on this next homestand starting Tuesday night at the Epicenter against Lancaster. It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against Lancaster, all 7:15 starts. And then Friday and Saturday night are 7:15 starts against Visalia. And then on Sunday, a week from Sunday, it'll be a day game. Here he is leading it off, Jason Sugden, and he swings and chops the first pitch foul from the right side of the plate. And the count is 0-1. Sugden, in his only at-bat tonight, struck out swinging in the 3rd. The windup by Prochaska. Next pitch, swung on and missed, and the count is 0-2. Visalia will be in town next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then the Quakes go to Inland Empire for one game. One game at San Bernardino on Monday the 23rd, and then back at home on Tuesday and Wednesday, the 23rd or the 24th and 25th. Next pitch to Sugden is down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 24th and 25th against Inland Empire are 10:30 starts as part of the Grand Slam School Day that the Quakes are running back-to-back games. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. One man out. Here is Howie Kendrick.
Second baseman, number 6, Howie Kendrick.
Kendrick fly to right in the 1st, fly to left in the 4th. 1 away. Here's the pitch from Prochaska. And Kendrick swings and lifts a high fly ball down the right field line. Sitzman coming over. This ball's going to land in foul territory behind the mound in the Quakes bullpen. And the count is 0-1. The sun no longer a factor in this one. The lights are on, taking their effect on the field. No balls, 1 strike to count. Still light-colored skies above. A beautiful night for a ball game here in Visalia. No balls and 1 strike to count. Top of the 6th inning, tied up at 2. Here's the pitch on the way. Kendrick swings and grounds this one to the second baseman. Johnson with a diving stop at second. It trickles actually off of his glove. And Kendrick is safe at first with a hit. A ball hit up the middle that Johnson had to go diving for. He could not come up with it. Here is Brandon Wood. Brandon Wood is 0 for 2 on the night. Quakes 2, Oaks 2, top of the 6th. And a throw over to first base from the left-hander Prochaska. And back safely is Kendrick. Prochaska's delivery over to first, him being a left-hander, he didn't even step. He just kind of flings that ball over. And now another fling over to first base, and Kendrick is back safely. 1 man out here, top of the 6th. 2 hits now on the night for the Quakes with Kendrick's base hit. Prochaska throws home the pitch to Wood. Low and inside. Wood holds up on a check swing, and the count 1 ball, no strikes. So after this road trip, the Quakes will have 8 of their next 9 at home, and then they'll be back out on the road for 7 more. Next pitch swung on, grounded to short. Cuevas fields, he goes to second for 1. Johnson's turned back to first in time. A double play ends the inning. Cuevas to Johnson to Bankston, 6-4 to 3. 1 hit, nobody left on for the Quakes. We're through 5 and a half. This ball game tied up at 2.
Sausage leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Hey, sports fans, has a sudden plumbing disaster left your kitchen or bath looking like a stateroom on the Titanic? Well, if you require plumbing or drain services now, all the help you need is at XL Plumbing and Rooter. Their professional technicians specialize in complete residential and commercial troubleshooting and repairs. For quality work at a fair price and service that always comes with a smile, you can rely on XL Plumbing and Rooter. See them online at xlplumbing.com. XL Plumbing and Rooter, a proud sponsor of your Quakes.
This is the radio home of the Quakes, KWRM 1370.
Heading to the bottom of the 6th, Oaks 2, Quakes 2. 2 runs, 4 hits for Visalia. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Quakes. Matt Brown getting the ball and throwing it back to Chris Hunter. Here is Jay Sitzman to lead it off.
Right fielder, number 28.
And the Oaks with single runs in the 4th and the 5th. They tied the ball game after the Quakes took a lead on a Ben Johnson home run to left field in the top half of the 5th inning. Sitzman doubled down the right field line in the 4th to give Visalia the lead. He takes the first pitch down low from Hunter, and the count 1-0. 2-2 the score here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swinging a high fly ball foul, and this one is out of play. Off to the left. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch on the way, and that one comes inside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Sitzman. Next pitch on the way, low and inside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Limited scores on our out-of-town scoreboard. The Angels with the day off, they're traveling. Here's the 3-1 on the way. Down low, ball 4, and Sitzman walks. They actually may have showed up, and they probably did show up at the ballpark yesterday with their bags packed. But the Angels with a day off after a day game yesterday at home against Cleveland. The Angels will be in Detroit tomorrow night, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are morning starts, 10:05 out here on the West Coast. And then Cleveland will be their next stop of their road trip. Next pitch here to Wes Bankston is down low, 1-0. And this is, we're already getting into that time of the baseball season, and they have moved it up as well. But interleague baseball will start not this weekend, but next weekend. The 1-0 on the way. And Bankston swings and hits a high fly ball down the right field line into the corner and foul. It had the distance, 320 feet down the right field line here at Recreation Park in Visalia. And the ball was beyond the wall in foul territory back towards the parking lot. 1 ball, 1 strike. As part of this 9-game road trip for the Angels that'll extend over 11 days, the last 3 are more or less commutes with their freeway series at the Dodgers. Turning a throwback over to first, and Sitzman is back safely with a head-first slide.
Right here.
The Angels will not be at home until May 23rd against the White Sox. And the White Sox tonight beat the Orioles 3-2. Runner goes. The 1-1 pitch is taken for a strike. The throw down to second base skips in the dirt. It deflects away from Kendrick and into shallow center. Sitzman holds at second base. He has stolen the bag. That is his 11th stolen base of the year and his many opportunities. And the Oaks are a ball club that they can run a bit. There's not a ton of power on this team, but they can run. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Hunter from the belt kicks and throws. The 1-2 on the way is low and away, and it is blocked by Bankston. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. As a team, Visalia has stolen 51 bases. Two and 2 the count. Hunter is set. He throws home. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And Bankston is out on strikes. Second time tonight Bankston has struck out. And that is the 5th punch out for Hunter. Visalia's 51 stolen bases leads the California League.
John Paul Davis.
The San Jose Giants, in a farm system that is not known for a lot of running, they are second in the league with 40. The Quakes as a team have 17 stolen bases. Here is the pitch to John Paul Davis, and he takes down low, and the count is 1-0. 2-2 the score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Quakes' 17 stolen bases ranks them right in the middle of the pack in the California League. The 1-0 on the way, swinging a big high chopper, charged it short by Wood. He fields from the grass, throws over to first to get Davis, and Sitzman at second base holds. 2 men out. Here is Cuevas. Elsewhere on the out-of-town scoreboard, Tampa Bay, the parent club of Visalia, tonight trailing Kansas City 4-0 in the top half of the 4th inning. Tony Pena resigning there. Cuevas is 0 for 2. A runner at second base. Here is the pitch to Cuevas, and a swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. In the National League today, the Cardinals trounced the Dodgers 10-3. Carpenter with the win, Derek Lowe the loss. Milton Bradley homered in the Dodgers loss. 0-1 the count. Hunter throws, and the pitch on the way is off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Cincinnati beats Philadelphia 7-5. Adam Dunn with 2 home runs. Ken Griffey Jr. homered. And Bobby Abreu homered for Philadelphia. Next pitch to Cuevas is taken down low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Giants leading Houston 4-3, top of the 9th inning. In Houston tonight. 2 struggling teams there. 2-1. Hunter steps off of the mound and looks back at second. And Sitzman is back to the bag. Arizona 3, Colorado 1. Top of the 8th inning tonight at Coors Field. The 2-1 on the way, swung on, hit to right field. Hughes going back on the ball. He is there to make the catch in front of the warning track. The inning is over. 1 walk and a man left on base for the Oaks here in the 6th. We head to the 7th. This ball game tied up at 2.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5576. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
You are listening to AM 1370 Sports on KWRM, Corona, California.
Hey fans, if you've ever been to any of the classic ballparks, you've seen how natural stone can really add rugged beauty to a building. You can get that same classic look for your home or office with the help of Plum Level Tile. We specialize in all shapes and sizes of ceramic tile. We feature granite showers, stone flooring, mosaics, porcelain tile, custom flow jobs, and more. Serving the area since 1989. Find Plum Level Tile in your Yellow Pages or online at VerizonSuperPages.com.
Well, we have already reached the top of the 7th inning here in Visalia tonight, and Matt Brown will lead it off for the Quakes in a 2-2 ball game. This game has had just 6 hits so far. Matt Brown to lead it off, and the Quakes trying to break that 7-game losing streak. Here is the pitch to Brown. First pitch swinging, a big chopper over to short. It's picked up at short by Cuevas, and he quickly unloads over to first to get Brown for the out. That is a similar play to what Brandon Wood faced in the 2nd inning, or in the 6th inning, with a runner at second base. A big high chopper, and you have a runner hurrying up the line. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Here is Bobby Wilson. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Both starters still in this one. Prochaska for the Oaks, Hunter for the Quakes. First pitch to Wilson, taken for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Although the Quakes with activity in the bullpen right now, that is David Austin, the right-hander, warming up. Next pitch to Bobby Wilson is off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Warming up in the Visalia bullpen as the 1-1 pitch is swung on and hit foul off to the right. This one's out of play on to Giddings Avenue here. 1 ball, 2 strikes is Scott Vandermeer. With the new wave of ballparks in the minor leagues, ballparks like this in Visalia are really a thing of the past. The 1-2 on the way, swung on, hit out towards right center field. Ramos in the gap, the center fielder runs it down for the out. 2 men out. And I guess there is always the push by the fans for new stadiums, and what a beautiful facility we have in Rancho Cucamonga. Although baseball has only been in Rancho Cucamonga since 1993, it's been in Visalia since 1946. Here is the pitch to Matt Polly, and a big swing and a miss, and the count is 0-1. And we were having this discussion with Darryl Miller on the television side of the ball game earlier this year. He talked about his major league debut with the Angels being at Tiger Stadium. Next pitch to Polly is taken for a strike, and now he's quickly behind in the count to Prochaska, and the count 0-2. 2 men out, top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Polly swings and a little fister out towards second base, and that one's going to get on into right center for a base hit. Johnson gave an effort towards that ball, and Polly truly fought that pitch off. And he is aboard at first base. Polly has been on base 2 of 3 times tonight. Here is Ben Johnson. Johnson with the 2-run home run in the 5th to give the Quakes a 2-1 lead. Here's the pitch to Johnson. A breaking ball in the dirt, and down to second base goes Matt Polly. Johnson takes that pitch for a ball, and the count is 1-0. A wild pitch charged to Prochaska. Away from second base is Polly. Prochaska deals in the 1-0 is a fastball up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Now this ball game moving along here in the 7th inning. Still playing under dusk. The lights have just now started to take their effect. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch on the way down low. 3 balls, no strikes. But you can still see, turning around, looking out to the west, here in the Central Valley, the sun setting. And this week is really the last couple of days, primarily today, is one of the first feelings of maybe summertime coming around the corner. They've had a lot of rain here in the Central Valley, not quite as much as we've experienced in Southern California. And in Southern California, at nighttime, it's been a night for long jackets and sweatshirts. Here is the next pitch to Johnson, and a breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 men out. Away from second base is Pauly. Prochaska kicks from the stretch. The 3-1 on the way is down low, ball 4, and walking is Johnson. First and second now, 2 men out, and Baltazar Lopez will be the batter. Lopez struck out swinging in the 3rd, and he grounded to short in the 5th. And Marty Demerit coming out to the mound at a very critical part of this ball game right now, with Prochaska walking just his 3rd man on the night. And warming up now in the Visalia bullpen, he has been warming up for quite some time now, Scott Vandermeer. And so Prochaska and Demerit will have a talk. You've got Lopez, a left-handed hitter at the plate. On deck is Mike Hughes, a right-handed hitter. And either way, with how this at-bat turns out, more than likely, this will be Prochaska. If he is left in the ballgame, it will be his last batter he will face. The score is 2-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Now the meeting is broken up by Shane Alexander. So 2-2, top of the 7th inning. Ty Boykin talking with Matt Pauly, the lead runner at second base, so as Pauly came down to the third base coaching box to talk with Boykin during this meeting at the mound. 2 men out. Lopez 0 for 2. Here's the pitch, and Lopez takes low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Lopez struck out swinging in the 3rd, grounded to short in the 5th. 1 ball, no strikes to count, 2 men out. And stepping off of the mound is Prochaska. Now he's back on. 1-0. Runners at first and second. A look back at second base. Here's the pitch. And Lopez swings and misses. The ball skips away from Aracena. It goes to the backstop, and the runners are going to move up. To third base goes Pauly, and to second base goes Johnson. A wild pitch. That's the second wild pitch by Prochaska, who grabs the rosin behind the mound now. Second and third, and 2 men out. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch on the way. Swinging a ground ball to second base. Johnson fields it. He throws over to first, and it's a little bit wide, but it's in time to get Lopez. The inning is over, and so the Quakes strand 2 here in the 7th inning. They had a chance after 2 outs and the base is empty. They got something going. 1 walk, 1 hit, 2 left. Stretch time here in Visalia. It's the Oaks and the Quakes, 2-2.
Hello, Best Western.
Hi, I'd like to book a room.
Sure, for how long?
5 months, so 161 days.
161 days?
Yep, don't want to miss out on any bobbleheads.
Wow, I guess so.
Actually, they're not for me, though. They're for my, son.
I'm sure they are.
Stay at any Best Western in California, Nevada, and Hawaii between April 7th and September 15th and ask for the baseball rate. You'll get up to 25% off your stay and get a free limited edition bobblehead. Different Major League star in their minor league uniform with each stay. Log on to TravelBestWestern.com for additional terms or call 1-800-WESTERN. Guest must register in advance and quantities are limited.
In Chicago, the joke goes, they drive with 1 hand on the wheel and 1 on the horn. In Seattle, it's 1 hand on the wheel and one on your soy latte. In LA, the trend is to drive with one hand on the wheel and one hand on the cell phone with your talent agent. Fortunately, there are drivers like you, safe drivers, people who haven't had a ticket or been in an accident for over 3 years, people who check their rearview mirror before changing lanes, people who don't drive with their knees. Allstate rewards those drivers with the Allstate Safe Driver Discount. Safe drivers should pay less. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Seventh inning stretch tonight, brought to you in part by Silverback Extreme, finally an energy drink with real taste. It has the essential balance of B vitamins as well as the necessary amino acids to keep you sharp and alert without that shock and drop feeling or that bad aftertaste. Grab a can and compare or buy a 4-pack today at Albertsons, Ralph's, Food for Less, Vons, and Kmart. Silverback Extreme, the evolution of the bad boy energy drink. Well, the ball's turned over now to David Austin out of the bullpen in this tie game, and he deals a first pitch strike here in the bottom of the 7th inning to Chris Duffner. 6 innings tonight for Chris Hunter. 2-2 the score, and the next pitch is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Duffner, Aracena, and Schleicher. Next pitch is inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Duffer singled in the 5th, and he tried to stretch it into a double and was thrown out. Now he swings at the 2-1 then as a high fly ball lifted to right center. Sugden over in the gap, calling off Hughes, and Sugden makes the catch for the out. 1 away, here is Aracena. 6 innings pitched tonight for Chris Hunter. He gives up 2 runs, all earned on 4 hits. And he walks 2, strikes out 5. Here is the pitch to Aracena, and it is down low, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch, taken for a strike, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-2 the score, bottom half of the 7th. The windup and the 1-1 on the way, swung on and fouled back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 man out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Boston gets back up on the mound, wearing the shirt sleeves as always. Doesn't matter what the weather is. Boston does not wear long sleeves. The 1-2 is a breaking ball that is chopped foul at the plate. Up the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Prochaska through 7 innings gave up 2 runs as well for Visalia. Here's the 1-2 on the way, and it's low and inside. 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Strike 3 called by Austin. Aracena caught looking.
The left fielder, number 5.
2 away.
Mark Schleicher.
Here's Mark Schleicher. Schleicher doubled in a run in the 5th. He is 1 for 2. 2-2, bottom of the 7th inning. Austin kicks and comes home. Here's the pitch to Schleicher. A breaking ball down low. Schleicher holds up on a check swing. 1-0 the count. Austin winds and the 1-0 on the way. And that's poured in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And a curveball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. David Austin, 0-1 with a 1.86 ERA. 5 runs, 4 earned, and 19 and a third innings this year. 1-2 on the way is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Austin 0-1 with 3 saves. 5 walks, now 17 strikeouts. He has pitched at the moment 20 full innings. 2-2, strike 3 called right at the knees, and the inning is over. And so Austin gets 2 looking here in the 7th. We head to the 8th inning tonight at Recreation Park. Hughes, Sugden, and Kendrick coming up. It is 2-2.
This is James Rousen, hitting coach of the Quakes for the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 to 1:30. The Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Hope Boulevard, right off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2005 Quakes on the Radio.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, cleats and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the yellow book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Walk into the yellow book, not the other book.
KWRM 1370, the radio home.
After 7 innings, it is 2-2.
Rancho Cucamonga. Right fielder number 24.
Hughes will lead it off. Tony Piguero, right-handed reliever, comes on here in the 8th inning as the night is over for Mike Prochaska. And for a man that had an ERA of 5.79 coming into the ball game, he shut down the Quakes over 7 innings, allowed just the home run. Here is the pitch as running up to bunt is Hughes, and he bunts through it, and the count is 0-1. 2-2 the score, top half of the 8th inning. This was Prochaska's best outing since opening night against San Jose. Next pitch, taken for a strike in the count 0-2, or his opening night on April 9th against San Jose, his first start of the year. In his last start against Modesto, he picked up the win over 5 innings, but he has only pitched 7 innings one other time this year, right here against Inland Empire. The 0-2 on the way. Hughes swings and lifts a high pop fly down the right field line and out of play, and the count is 0-2. 7 innings pitched for Prochaska tonight. He gives up 2 runs on 3 hits. He walks 3 and strikes out 3. Gave up a 2-run home run to Ben Johnson in the 5th, and his 2 runs were earned. The 0-2 swung on and bounced over to short. Cuevas to his backhand side field, throws to first, and it's not in time, and Hughes beats it out. Cuevas played back on that chopper, and Hughes is aboard at first base. Hughes got up the line there quickly.
Number 23,
Here is Jason Sugden, a leadoff man aboard for the Quakes here in the top of the 8th inning. Sugden struck out swinging in the 3rd, struck out looking in the 6th. In on the grass at 3rd is Duffner, guarding for the bunt. Sugden, a switch hitter, turned around from the left side of the plate for the first time tonight. A turn by Piguero, and a throwback over to first base, and back safely is Hughes. Piguero pitched in the first game of this series on Tuesday night. Here's the pitch. Sugden chops a bunt up the first base side. It is picked up at first base by Bankston, and he throws over to first. His only play to get Sugden, and with the second baseman Johnson covering, the sacrifice goes 3 to 4, and down to second goes Hughes. One man out, runner at second base. Here is Howie Kendrick. With a runner at second base now, man in scoring position. The Quakes tonight just 0 for 1 with the runner in scoring position. Kendrick swings and grounds this one to the backhand side of Cuevas is short. He gets rid of a long throw to first in time to get Kendrick. And holding at second base is Hughes. 2-man out, and Brandon Wood will be the batter.
Shortstop number 7, Brandon Wood.
Brandon Wood grounded to third in the first, grounded to second in the fourth, hit into a double play in the 6th inning. 2-2 the score. Oaks and the Quakes, top of the 8th. Away from second is Hughes. Figueroa throws in the pitch, and Wood swings and drives this one to center field. Ramos going back and now over to his right with the ball sinking. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. One hit for the Quakes and a man left on here in the 8th inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It is 2-2.
Hey, great house. How did you find it?
I called Inland Empire Real Estate. They showed us the newest homes on the market. We were even the first to see a couple, including this one. And by the way, our mortgage is less than our rent.
You got lucky.
No, I knew who to call. Inland Empire Real Estate.
As a local agent, nobody knows the Rancho Cucamonga area better than Inland Empire Real Estate. Let us help you make the best decision of the most important purchase or sale in your lifetime. Read our tips for buyers and sellers online at soldie.com or stop by 8010 Haven Avenue.
Omaha Jack's Grill House and Brewery is open just north of the epicenter in Mozzie Plaza. Come in for outstanding food featuring great steaks, fresh seafood, and roasted prime rib. Not to mention an in-house brewery and live entertainment. Quakes fans, show your ticket stub after a ball game and receive 10% off. Can't make it in after the game? Then stop in before for great steaks. Or how about a great place to meet for lunch? Lunch specials start at just $5.99. Omaha Jack's, a home run away from the epicenter.
In baseball, there are day games, night games, and even the occasional twilight doubleheader. But you'll never see a first thing in the morning game. That's because mornings are for Farmer John. Whether it's delicious hardwood smoked bacon, savory sausage, or juicy ham steaks, they're all made fresh right here in the Southland. There's even Farmer John quick serve bacon and sausage. It's ready in seconds. So share your afternoons and evenings with the Quakes. But mornings are for you and Farmer John. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Bottom of the 8th inning, tied up at 2. Leading it off will be Elliott Johnson. David Austin still in the game. Matt Brown in on the grass at third, and the pitch to Johnson is outside, 1-0. Johnson tonight is 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 4th. Here's the windup and the 1-0 on the way, and it's taken outside. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Johnson. Austin kicks and throws the 2-0 on the way, down low. 3 balls and no strikes. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Oaks. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Quakes. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the windup and the 3-0 on the way, and it is up high, ball 4. A walk to Johnson, leadoff man aboard here in the 8th, and that'll bring up Carlos Ramos.
Carlos Ramos!
Ramos grounded to first in the first, reached on an error in the 4th, and he grounded out to short in the 5th. See how the Oaks play this one. Brown is further in on the grass with Ramos at the plate, appearing as if he's going to shorten up to bunt. He already tipped it that he is, as Austin steps off of the mound and looks back over at first base. Johnson away from first, held on by Lopez. Ramos now shortening up. Here's the pitch, and he takes down low after pulling back, and the count 1-0. Brown at third, charging in. Lopez coming down the line as well at first. Oaks playing this inning for a run in a tie game at 2. The 1-0 on the way, and as Ramos bunts through that pitch, and it is a strike. 1-1 the count. Plate umpire Shane Alexander dusts off home plate. Johnson, 19 stolen bases in 21 attempts. Leads away from first. The 1-1, a bunt, and that one is bunted foul behind the plate, picked up by Wilson. A big chopper over the head of the Quakes catcher. Now 1-2 the count. So Ramos so far has been ineffective in laying down the sacrifice bunt here.
1-2 the count. Austin, a high set. Here's the 1-2 on the way. This one is bunted up along the first base line on the grass, picked up by Lopez. He turns and throws back to first, and it's not in time. He looked over at second, and he picked the ball up bare hand. Kendrick at second base covering, and beating it out is Ramos. So to second base goes Johnson, and Ramos is aboard at first. And the Oaks now have runners at first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the eighth. The worst case scenario, if you're the Quakes, you want a runner at second and one out. But now to have a runner at second, first and second, and nobody out, it completely changes the inning. First and second now. A look back at second by Austin. Here is the pitch to Sitzman. Sitzman bunts this one to the top of the screen along the third base side, and the count is 0-1. A bunt single for Ramos. Johnson is at second base. Now Lopez comes in on the grass to relay the signs from first base to the infield. 0-1 the count. Corner infielders in on the grass. Austin looks back at second. He throws home. Sitzman offers at a bunt, pulls back now and takes down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th inning in a tie game at 2. Holly, the left fielder, is shaded. Sitzman a little towards the line and left. Sugden is in straightaway center. Hughes straightaway in right. 1-1 the count. Austin, a high set. Now he throws. The next pitch is taken down low. Wilson's going to throw down to second base. And back safely is Johnson. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sky now darkening here in Visalia here in the 8th inning. We played under light skies all the way into the 7th inning almost tonight. Large water tower located down the right field line back beyond the neighborhood. There's a local high school, Redwood High School, and the lights from the stadium that you can see during twilight out in right center field. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and Sitzman bunts through that pitch, and it's strike 2. 2-2. Now with 2 strikes, Ramos still laid down the bunt. Lopez picked it up and was unable to get Ramos at first base. So 2-2 the count now to Sitzman. And Austin winds and steps off the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sitzman had showed that he was going to shorten up still on the bat and try and get the runners over. 2-2, nobody out. The pitch to the plate, and this one's bunted foul. And back to the screen, strike 3 to Sitzman. 1 man out. Well, Steve Livesey set on getting that bunt and getting those runners over to second and third, even with 2 strikes, shortening up his hitter. And it's better than having him pull back and hit into a double play if you look at it from that perspective. You still have runners at first and second and 1 out. Now here is Wes Bankston, 0 for 3. Austin deals, and the pitch is down low, 1-0. By Austin getting that out, the Quakes put the corner infielders back. A ground ball can get him out of the inning. Bob Zimmerman, wearing the long sleeves, is warming up down the line in the Quakes bullpen. 1-0 the count, bottom half of the 8th. Tied up at 2. Away from second is Johnson. Ramos from first. The pitch on the way. The 1-0 swung on, and that's rolled through in the right field. That's a base hit. Being waved around third is Johnson. Up with the ball's Hughes. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time. It's cut off. The throw down to second base, and out at second base is Ramos. A quick throw by Wood back to third to try and get Ramos at third base. Bankston, who is out at second. Ramos is safe at third. It is 3-2 Visalia. And Ramos at third base started to walk off the bag as if he thought he had been doubled off, because Wood at short turned and threw back over to third, and safe at third was Ramos. After he had rounded the bag at third, he was able to get back in time, but there are 2 outs. However, the lead run has scored for Visalia, and here is John Paul Davis with a runner at third, and the pitch to Davis is up high for a ball, 1-0. So Bankston is out at second base. It goes 9-2 to 6 for the second out of the inning, but he does get an RBI, his 4th of the year and of the series. The pitch to Davis is down low. 2-0 the count now. Austin, a high set, a runner from third, the pitch on the way, breaking ball taken for a strike, and the count is 2-1. 3-2 Visalia. Howie Kendrick was shaded towards the middle with the right-hander Bankston at the plate, and he simply rolled that ball through to the right side in the hole. Next pitch is down low. 3-1. Davis 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Austin is set. Here's the 3-1 on the way. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count is 3-2. For the Quakes in the 9th, it'll be Matt Brown, Bobby Wilson, and Matt Pauley. Oaks 3, Quakes 2, bottom of the 8th. Here's the 3-2 on the way. Swung on and fouled off to the right. This one is headed back into the neighborhood across the way on Giddings Avenue. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Along the right field line, Giddings Avenue runs right up nearby. Foul balls most of the time head out of the park and they land on the street. 3-2 pitch swung on, bounced to second base. Kendrick to his left field, throws over to first to get Davis in time to end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk, and a man left on base here in the 8th inning for the Visalia Oaks. And the Quakes are down by a run heading to the 9th. Brown to lead it off. It is now 3-2 Visalia after 8.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball on KWRM 1370.
For fans that can't make it to all 70 games, the Quakes mini plans are perfect for you. Starting as low as $60 per seat, these plans feature the most exciting games of the 2005 season. Fans who purchase a mini plan are guaranteed 2 giveaways, discounted pricing, free email newsletter, priority for July 3rd and playoff tickets, and the same seats for each game, plus the ability to exchange unused tickets for future games. To order your Quakes mini plan today, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252. Get your Quakes mini season plan today.
It's good to play together on the diamond, but it's even better to play together on your Xbox. When the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes are not on the field, you can usually find them playing Xbox, the official gaming console of the 2005 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. With several new games for the whole family, online play with Xbox Live, and a new low price of $149. What better time than now to visit your local gaming retailer and pick up your very own Xbox? Xbox now more than ever, it's good to play together.
3-2, Visalia heading to the top of the 9th inning. Quakes trying to avoid that losing streak extending to 8 games. Tonight's attendance here in Visalia is 896. Matt Brown to lead it off. And Brown, Wilson, and Pauley here in the 9th inning for the Quakes. Tony Peguero deals. He pitched the 8th, and he deals a first pitch strike, and the count is 0-1. So Peguero brought on for the possibility of closing this one out, although he is the pitcher of record and would stand to get the win, but a longer relief outing for Peguero, who is 1-0 on the year. The 0-1 swung on and a bouncer up the line to third. Charged by Duffner on the grass. He double clutches, throws to first, and the throw pulls Bankston at first off the bag. Bankston did not have his foot on the bag. It was a chopper, and Brown is on with an infield hit. So the Quakes with the leadoff man aboard here in the ninth inning.
Bobby Wilson.
Trailing 3-2. Bobby Wilson is 0 for 2. He walked in the second inning. Figueroa throws. Wilson shows bunt, and it comes back and it hits Bobby Wilson on the hand. And Brian Ranker immediately out of the dugout, and Ty Boykin coming down from third. A pitch ran up and into Bobby Wilson, and Bobby Wilson is down on his back. And he is in pain. I believe the pitch hit him in on the hand. Right now, Ranker is blocking our view of Wilson as he is tending to him. Wilson is on his back, moving his legs, and he is obviously that is a sign of major discomfort. James Rowson, the hitting coach, comes down from the first base coach's box and calls back to the dugout. Here comes Tim Duff in from the bullpen. And if this game continues even after this inning, there is absolutely no way that Wilson is going to continue. 3-2 Visalia here in the top half of the ninth inning, and the Quakes will have runners at first and second with nobody out. The game is certainly on the line here for the Quakes, but right now their number one guy behind the plate, their general on the field, Bobby Wilson, is down right now, and that is always scary when a pitch comes up and in. And for Wilson, it's on his hand, it appeared. That's what he grabbed right away, because as he went back and lied down on the dirt, he brought his hands into his chest. Now he is stabilized a little bit, and he is going to begin to get up, and it looks like he is up on his own power, and Brian Ranker is walking back with Wilson back to the dugout. He's going to leave the ball game. It's his right hand because he takes off his batting helmet with his left hand. And we don't know necessarily, could not really see it. His hand was dangling down, if it was his hand or if it was just above his wrist on his right forearm. Well, if we hear anything, and more than likely, before we get off the air tonight, we probably will not, but we will pass along the status of Bobby Wilson to you. He was up off of his own power on his feet, headed back to the dugout. There is going to be a pinch runner here for Wilson in the ninth inning. So Brown is at second base with nobody out in a ball game that's 3-2 Visalia.
Your attention, please.
And pinch running for the Quakes is Tim Duff. Tim Duff will stay into the game should this game proceed any further. And now here is Matt Pauley. First and second now, nobody out. And the pitch to the plate, and Pauley bunts this one up the third base side. It's picked up by Figueroa with his momentum falling away towards first. He throws a long throw over to first to get Pauley in time for the out. Sacrifice goes 1-3, but the job is done by Matt Pauley. And the Quakes now have runners at second and third with Brown at third base and Tim Duff pinch running for Bobby Wilson at second base. Here is Ben Johnson, now from the left side of the plate. First time tonight, and his first left-handed at bat as a Quake. He swings, and he gives a half swing and goes through that pitch, and the count is 0-1. Johnson with the 2 RBIs tonight for the Quakes in the fifth on a 2-run home run. 1 for 2 with a walk. Second and third, 1 out. The tying run is at third. An out can get him home. A base hit can give the Quakes the lead. The go-ahead run is at second. 0-1. Figueroa throws in the pitch, and Johnson pulls that one to right field. That one's going to get beyond the reach of Sitzman, and it goes to the wall. Scoring from third is Brown. Tim Duff was held up off a second. He misread that ball, and he stops at third. And the ball game is tied at 3, and Duff could have scored on that play. I think Duff had read that ball was going to be run down by Sitzman, and either he misread that ball or thought it had been caught because he got held up about a third of the way off the bag at second, and he even broke back towards second. So Johnson doubles his third RBI of the night. He has tied the ball game up at 3. Here is Baltazar Lopez, and they're going to intentionally walk him. First pitch coming outside to the plate. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. 3 runs on 6 hits for the Quakes, 3 runs, 6 hits for the Oaks. The Quakes do have an error in this one. It'll be Mike Hughes who will bat with the bases loaded and 1 out as ball 3 comes to the plate from Peguero. So with an infield single, that ball hit by Johnson was the first ball hit out of the infield for the Quakes in the inning as ball 4 comes to the plate and Lopez is intentionally walked.
Right fielder, number 24.
Here is Mike Hughes. You know, a double play gets the Oaks out of the inning, so the Quakes, though, they can still bring in a run with a productive out. They're still in the position of manufacturing that run, and now it would be that lead run, and that's all they need at this point. Ramos in center field is playing shallow. Stitzman is in right center. Here's the pitch, and Hughes' first pitch swinging fouls it back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. 3-3 now in the 9th inning as the Quakes have scored to tie it. Warming up in the Visalia bullpen is Juan Salas. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Taken outside. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Runners from all bases for the Quakes. Bankston at first plays in front of Lopez. The 1-1 pitch, a little check swing foul. Check swing tapper foul off to the third base side of the plate. 1-2. Duffner at third base is playing back. Not back, but a step behind the bag at third. Cuevas medium depth at short. Johnson medium depth at second base. Bankston is playing in on the grass, at the front edge of the grass, at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 man out. Peguero deals in the pitch, swinging a big high chopper over to short. Cuevas feels that he's going to step on the bag at second, throws to first, it's low, the ball skips away. Coming in to score on the play was Duff. Johnson made it to third on the throw, and now he will come in to score, and the Quakes have added 2 more on the board, and they have taken a 5-3 lead here in the 9th. An error on the back end of that play.
Number 23, Jason Sugden.
Scoring on the fielder's choice is Tim Duff. 2 men out. The third base went Johnson on the fielder's choice. He comes in to score on an error charged to Cuevas at short. And here is Jason Sugden. 2 outs, a runner at first, and the pitch, and Sugden swings and he hits a fister on a soft line drive right to Duffner, caught at the shoe heights at third, and the inning is over. But the Quakes here in the 9th inning rally for 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 walk, a hit batsman, an error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 9th, and the Quakes are leading 5-3.
An advantage in sports is playing in front of the hometown crowd. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, you can get that same home team advantage. Just call Ivy Carroll's Realty Service. As a local company, nobody knows the area better than we do. For immediate action on all your real estate needs, you can trust Ivy Carroll's Realty Service. Find out more at ivycarrollsrealty.com. That's Ivy Carroll's, 2 R's, 2 L's, and an S, realty.com. Ivy Carroll's Realty, in Cucamonga and in Fontana. Ask about their home buyers ministry.
The Epicenter is the place to be on weeknights during the baseball season. The weeknight promotions are back, including Monday Madness, where you can purchase 2 club tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 Cracker Jacks, and 2 sodas, all for just $12. Wednesdays mark the return of Weenie Wednesdays, where Farmer John hot dogs are just $1. And, of course, Thirsty Thursdays with 12-ounce draft beer and canned soda, all for just $1. Tickets for weeknight games start at just $7. Make your plans to be with us during the week at the Epicenter. Omaha Jack's Grill House and Brewery is open just north of the Epicenter in Mozzie Plaza. Come in for outstanding food featuring great steaks, fresh seafood, and roasted prime rib. Not to mention an in-house brewery and live entertainment. Quakes fans, show your ticket stub after a ball game and receive 10% off. Can't make it in after the game? Then stop in before for great steaks. Or how about a great place to meet for lunch? Lunch specials start at just $5.99. Omaha Jack's, a home run away from the Epicenter.
Well, the Quakes are trying to snap their 7-game losing streak. The franchise record for the longest losing streak is 11. So at this point, who even cares about that? The Quakes are 3 outs away from snapping this one. Here is Annuity Cuevas to lead it off against Bob Zimmerman in the bottom of the 9th, and the Quakes are up by 2, and the first pitch is down low to Cuevas, and the count is 1-0. 3 runs in the top of the 9th for Rancho. 5-3 Quakes. Here's the next pitch, and Cuevas takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cuevas 0 for 3 as Zimmerman winds and deals. The next pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen. One and 2 the count. Bob Zimmerman 1-4 on the season with 3 saves in 5 opportunities. 14 games for Zimmerman, a 5.02 ERA. 14 in the 3rd innings pitch. He has walked 8, struck out 15. The right-hander kicks. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called at the knees. And out number 1 here in the 9th, Cuevas is 0 for 4. Here is Chris Duffner. Our next broadcast comes your way tomorrow night following the completion of the Long Beach State baseball game. It'll be tape delayed with an approximate starting time of 9:30 on the West Coast. Duffner 1 for 3 on the night. Here's Zimmerman. He kicks in the pitch. In there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. It has been over a week since the Quakes have won a ball game. It was last Tuesday, the 0-1 on the way, taken for a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. It was last Tuesday in a 6-1 win over Bakersfield. That was the last time the Quakes have pulled off a win. Blake Elsinore beat High Desert today, 9-4. Next pitch swung on and missed in the dirt, and Tim Duff, who stays in the game for Bobby Wilson, applies the tag on Duffner. 2 men out.
Post catcher number 25, Sandy Aracena.
Here is Sandy Aracena. 2 away, and Aracena is 0 for 2 with a walk, and he scored in the 5th. Zimmerman throws, and the pitch is down low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. So with this win, the Quakes can pull the back to within 4. Lake Elsinore is now only a game behind High Desert. They 1-0 on the way. Down low, 2 balls, no strikes. The Quakes are leading 5-3 here in the bottom of the 9th. Inland Empire beat Lancaster tonight 6-2 in Lancaster. The 2-0 strike call with a fastball, and the count 2-1. San Jose leading Stockton at Stockton 5-2 top of the 6th, and Modesto and Bakersfield are scoreless in the 5th. The 2-1 on the way, swung on, hit down the right field line. That's going to get down, a fair ball, a base hit, it goes down into the corner. Aracena is around first. He'll head into second as Hughes digs that ball out of the corner, and the Oaks have a runner at second. They're staying alive in this one. A 2-out double. Aracena on base for the 2nd time tonight. Here is Mark Schleicher. Schleicher grounded to short in the 3rd.
doubled in a run in the 5th and struck out looking in the 7th.
Number 5, Bart Slacker.
The Quakes headed to the 9th inning, trailing 3-2. Visalia took the lead in the bottom of the 8th inning on a base hit by Wes Bankston with runners at first and second and one out. And Bankston was thrown out at second base trying to take the extra base as the throw came through to the plate on that play. And the Quakes were able to score 3 runs in the 9th with their backs to the wall to take the lead. Here is the pitch to Schleicher. It is a breaking ball low and away in the count 1-0. Schleicher represents the tying run. He has not had a home run this year. 1-0 the count. 2 men out, and Zimmerman to the glove. He pauses at the belt. Here's the 1-0 on the way. Swinging a foul off of Tim Duff, and then it skips back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Quakes led 2-1 after 4.5. Visalia scored first in this one, and then the Oaks quickly tied it in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And the ball game stayed tied at 2 all the way until the bottom of the 8th. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. And Zimmerman throws, and the pitch on the way. Breaking ball, called strike 2 at the knees, and the count 1-2. Well, Austin struck out 3 guys in his relief performance of relieving Hunter. 2 of those strikeouts were called looking. Zimmerman has 2 strikeouts in this inning right now. 1 is looking. 1-2, 2 men out. Zimmerman throws, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the 7-game losing streak is out the door. The Quakes win this one tonight, 5-3. Their first win of this road trip, and they're back in the win column. And you know that one has to feel good for the Quakes, who come from behind in the 9th inning, scoring 3 times. And Bob Zimmerman closes it out for his 4th save of the year. David Austin gets the win in relief of this one. And the big guy on the night offensively for the Quakes was Ben Johnson. He gave him the lead in the 5th. He tied the game in the 9th. He had 3 RBIs. And the Quakes win this one tonight by the score of 5-3 over the Oaks. So they'll head up to San Jose tomorrow to start a 3-game series against the Giants. Quakes 5, Oaks 3. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the totals for you right after this.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, right in the sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's the peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You'll watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Tickets at the Epicenter for individual games start as low as $7, and the best seats in the house are only $10. Tickets can be purchased one of 3 easy ways. Over the phone at 909-481-5252, online at rcquakes.com, or in person at the Quakes ticket office. Ticket office hours at the Epicenter are Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. On game days, the ticket office stays open from 10 a.m. until the 7th inning of each game. Get your Quakes tickets today.
Here are the totals in tonight's ball game. First of all, for the Quakes to win it, 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. And the Quakes on the night stranded 4 runners on base. For the Oaks, 3 runs, 7 hits. The Oaks committed 1 error. That was in the 9th inning. That led to another run coming across the plate for the Quakes, an added insurance run. For the Oaks, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and they stranded 6 men on base. The winning pitcher tonight in relief is David Austin. He's now 1-1 on the season. The loss goes to Tony Paguero, who stood to be the winner, but is now the loser. He is 1-1 on the season. Bob Zimmerman with his 4th save of the year. Time of the ball game tonight, 2 hours and 16 minutes in front of a crowd of 896 tonight here at the ballpark. Now for my studio coordinator on the evening, John Souter. This is Jason Anafoyan inviting you to stay tuned next for the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Again, the final score, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes 5, the Visalia Oaks 3. The postgame show is next.
Here's the pitch home. Runner breaks. Swinging a fly ball into the center field. Baker having to go on the run. Going back. He's turning, putting on the brakes, and it hits off the base of the wall.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball has been brought to you by Vineyard Bank, Laughlin's Convention and Visitors Bureau, Allstate Insurance, Galliano Winery, the City of Rancho Cucamonga Waste Management, Red Roof Inn, Charter Media, Chipotle, Farmer John's, Unilever Food Solutions, the Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and Omaha Jets. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the defending American League Western Division champion Angels. This is Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next.
Willits held up around second. Now he's being waved around third. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's not in time. Willits slides in safely.
Hey fans, capture special moments both on and off the field with the new Sprint PCS Vision phone with a built-in camera. Right now you can save up to $150 instantly on select phone models, plus you'll get 2 months of Sprint PCS Vision service for free. Rancho Cucamonga Quakes fans, bring your ticket stub into any local Sprint store and save an extra $30 when you activate a new line of service.
Limited time offer valid with a new line of service and 2-year agreement subject to credit, activation, termination, other terms, conditions, or restrictions apply. See Sprint store for details.
Sprint PCS is the official wireless partner of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
This is Todd Boston, manager of the Quakes for the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features a D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 to 1:30, the Pacific Grill for the fine dining, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, right off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2005 Quakes on the radio.
3-2, 2 outs. Runner goes at first. The pitch is swung on and missed. Skurtzbach pumps his fist. The ball game is over, and the Quakes have won it.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
Well, here tonight in Visalia, the Quakes are in the win column. They snapped the 7-game losing streak as they defeat the Visalia Oaks 5-3 with 3 runs in the top of the 9th inning. We'll get to that ball game in just a moment. Quickly, some scores on the out-of-town scoreboard, running down the action for you in the California League, where this afternoon High Desert at home was defeated by the Lake Elsinore Storm 9-4. And so with that win today by Lake Elsinore, they are now a game back of High Desert for first place in the Cal League South. Inland Empire on the road tonight in Lancaster defeated the Jethawks. That was actually a morning game today in Lancaster, and or an afternoon game in Lancaster. Lake Elsinore and High Desert also played this morning in Adelanto, so those games were done early. 9-4 Lake Elsinore beats High Desert. 6-2 Inland Empire defeats Lancaster. And then now in the Northern Division, Modesto and Bakersfield are scoreless in the 6th. And San Jose, where we're headed next, they're on the road right now, and they're leading Stockton 5-2 in the 6th inning. Now to the Major League Baseball out-of-town scoreboard. Limited scores for you. The White Sox 3, the Orioles 2. That is a final. Last scoring update we had from Kansas City was 4-0 Royals leading the Devil Rays in the 4th inning. In the National League earlier today, the Cardinals pounded the Dodgers 10-3. It was Cincinnati 7, Philadelphia 5. San Francisco and Houston, it's 4-3 Giants in the 9th. Last scoring update we had for you. And then Arizona leading Colorado 3-1 in the 8th inning. Last scoring update we had for you. Okay, here tonight, the Quakes win it 5-3 over the Oaks. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back, and we'll recap this one for you as the postgame show continues right after this.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into Yellow Book, not the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
You are listening to AM 1370 Sports on KWRM, Corona, California.
Well, here tonight, the Quakes win this one 5-3 over the Oaks, and they fell behind in the fourth inning as starter Chris Hunter and starter Mike Prochaska of the Visalia Oaks hooked up in a pitcher's duel early on. It was Visalia striking first on an RBI double by Jay Sitzman in the fourth inning to take a 1-0 lead. The Quakes came right back in the top of the fifth, and Ben Johnson delivered his first hit of the, his second hit, but his first home run as a Rancho Cucamonga Quake, as he knocked it over the left field wall to give the Quakes a 2-1 lead. Now, although that lead was the first lead for the Quakes since Friday, it was short-lived at the moment because in the bottom half of the fifth inning, the Oaks came right back with a one-out RBI double by Mark Schleicher down the left field line that scored Sandy Aracena all the way from first base. That made it 2-2, and that ball game stayed that way. On the night, Chris Hunter pitched 6 innings. He gave up just the 2 runs there with single runs in the fourth and the fifth. Mike Prochaska pitched 7 innings. He gave up just 2 runs, struck out 3. He walked 3. Chris Hunter on the night struck out 5, walked 2 in his performance, but the starters did not factor into the decision. It came down to the bullpens where Austin pitched a scoreless 7th for the Quakes and ran into trouble in the 8th. Elliot Johnson with a leadoff walk, then Carlos Ramos dropped a sacrifice bunt up the first base line. Lopez picked the ball up, and his play was to first, and he threw, but he threw too late with Kendrick at second covering the bag. Runners were safe at first and second. With one out, or with nobody out, Jay Sitzman came up, and he made the first out trying to bunt the runners over. He struck out swinging as he, on the bunt, foul back to the screen with 2 strikes. Then Wes Bankston came up, and with runners at first and second, Bankston singled to right field. Kendrick was shaded up the middle, and it was a little tweener to the right side. That scored Johnson. Ramos went to third. Bankston was thrown out at second base as the throw came through to the plate from the right fielder Hughes. Bobby Wilson threw down to the shortstop Brandon Wood covering the bag, and Bankston was out for the second out of the inning. The Oaks would settle for just the 1 run. The inning quickly came to an end after that, as the Quakes were down to their final 3 outs and down by a run, 3-2. In the ninth, Matt Brown led off with an infield single. Bobby Wilson squaring around a bunt was hit by a pitch. Now, we want to tell you that Wilson, we don't have a health status on him, but he was out shaking hands with the team after the ball game, not with the hand that he was hit on, and that was his right hand. But Wilson, after going down to the ground in some pain, then came off of the field. He was relieved by a pinch runner in Tim Duff. So with runners at first and second and nobody out, Matt Pauley laid down a sacrifice bunt that pushed runners over to second and third. Ben Johnson came up, and he hit a double to right field beyond the reach of Sitzman, who was playing somewhat shallow, guarding for the sacrifice fly. And scoring from third base on that play was Matt Brown, but Tim Duff was held up, got crossed up, and simply did not get off the bag in enough time, and he moved over to third base, and it was held there. So the Quakes looked like they could possibly take the lead on the play. That was not the case. They did not take the lead. They tied the ball game up at 3 with a runner at second now in Johnson and Tim Duff at third base. Baltazar Lopez was intentionally walked. Mike Hughes came up. He hit a high chopper to short. Cuevas tried to go for the double play. He fielded the hop, stepped on the bag at second for one, and then threw over to first base low. The ball skipped away from Bankston, and coming in to score on the play was Duff on the fielder's choice. Ben Johnson at second base moved over to third on the fielder's choice, and he scored on the air. So with 2 runs in, the Quakes took a 5-3 lead. As Hughes was safe at first with a fielder's choice, he was given credit for 1 RBI, and the second run coming in on the air. The Quakes would head to the 9th inning where Bob Zimmerman took over, and he struck out Cuevas looking, Duffner swinging, and with 2 outs gave up a double to Sandy Aracena down the right field line, but settled down and struck out Mark Schleicher swinging to end the ball game, and the Quakes' losing streak is out the door. So they win it tonight 5-3 over the Visalia Oaks. We'll take one last break. We'll come back with a final recap for you as the post-game show continues from Visalia right after this.
Individual tickets for July 3rd go on sale Monday, May 2nd. Ticket prices for this game are $2 more per ticket than regular ticket prices. The Quakes will host the Lancaster Jethouse at 7:15, and following the game, enjoy the Independence Day post-game fireworks show sponsored by Silverback Extreme. Tickets to the July 3rd game can be purchased on or after May 2nd at the Quakes ticket office, over the phone at 909-481-5252, or online at rcquakes.com.
We at KWRM 1370 know that you have a choice when it comes to sports radio, and we also know that you're in the right place. By airing the local games that matter most to you, KWRM is your Orange County and Inland Empire sports leader. Whether it's professional baseball, college basketball, or high school football, no one delivers the best and exciting local play-by-play like KWRM. Check out our new website at KWRM1370am.com. That's KWRM1370am.com, and thanks for being a part of our all-star lineup.
Well, our first pitch tomorrow from Visalia from San Jose tomorrow will be at 7 o'clock. However, the ball game can be heard right here on KWRM and on the internet at rcquakes.com, tape delayed, and aired in its entirety beginning at 9:30 after the completion of the Long Beach State game. On the mound for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes tomorrow will be right-hander Jean Toledo. He'll be opposed by right-hander Ryan Sadowski of the San Jose Giants. Now for my studio coordinator tonight, John Souter, this is Jason Anaforian saying so long to you from Recreation Park. Again, the final score, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes in comeback style tonight win it over the Visalia Oaks 5-3. Good night from Recreation Park in Visalia.
Here's the windup and the pitch to the plate. Swung on, hit to right field. Pretty well. Melgarejo back at the track with room. Reaches out to his left. He makes the catch. The ball game is over, and John Toledo's the man of the day.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home to the California League affiliate of the defending American League Western Division champion Angels. This has been Quakes Baseball.